But oh my gosh, both our kids down. Neither one of them eat on the kids menu anymore, and it was rough. Sticker shock. I think I peed a little when that ticket came out. Ridiculous. Yeah, everything's got more expensive, and like I said, I knew it was expensive. I wasn't quite prepared. I should have done the math in my head before I went. What's up, Buzzard? How you doing? Ooh. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. One fish so far. It's like 12 something, 12 pounds something. So decent. Definitely not going to be big enough. If that one's in my bag at the end of the tournament, I certainly won't win. But it's good to get on the board. Time. Oh, whacked it again. How's this thing not getting hooked? Oh my god, that thing just popped right out. That's what happens when they don't get a good run. Like, he was running, but he wasn't running. Felt it pop out of his mouth. That's unfortunate. Number 2 got away. growers are here. Alright, we'll set that one up like that. I think they knew I was here. Slip. Looks like they're going to move down a little bit, that's all. Could have used a nap at work today. Should have the old adult nap time, you know? Bring out your little kinder mat, throw it down on the office floor. You know, drift off for a little while. It does sound nice. Of course, I don't think we could do that in Alabama. You'll suffocate in your car. It's too hot. That makes me, so down here in the South, Florida more so than Alabama, but they have this whole ad campaign about not leaving your kid in the car. Like, is that a common thing up north? Commercials, don't leave your kid in the car? I think it was 2 years ago, a kid died in Georgia from that. Okay, so that is an ad campaign. Yeah, they usually mention the animals too, but primarily they stick to not leave the kids in the car. But yeah, there was one, I think, in Georgia in the last couple of years. Unfortunately. Of course, there was a lot of speculation about whether it was accidental or not, but Trying to remember how long it's been since we put pack bait on the right rod. I know it's longer than the left, but I don't think it's that much longer. Bridge. Yeah, that sounds about right. Probably about 20 minutes. Or 25. I think we can let it soak a little longer. I guess whatever barge is coming must be coming from the other side, because I don't see one on this side. This dude's just raising the bridge for fun. He got bored up there. Got a guitar out the other night for the first time in a long time. Decided to learn to play a song, a new song. And I learned to play 7 Spanish Angels. I don't know why I picked that song. I just did. I think because I had heard it earlier in the day. I thought, well, I'm gonna learn to play that song. Get bites on the left rod again. And it wasn't bad. I didn't learn like all the little riffs and stuff, just the main rhythm of the song. It's not very hard. It's just 3 chords. Something's definitely going on with the left rod. Oh, buffalo out there. So, truck driver, I think I asked you this before, but do you drive like long runs, right? Or are you local driving? I thought I remembered you talking about driving through some areas that would have been a little further. Switch bait on this one real quick while we're waiting on this one to go off. Not switch bait, just freshen up bait. Is that a snake or a stick? I think it's a snake. It's a snake. I think it's a snake. Oh, my fake corn is gone. Just gonna scare you off. You ain't scared at all. Yeah, I mean, I can believe that. I can see where that's at. Another buffalo just surfaced over there. Just as far as I care, the buffalo can stay far away. These are Mad Cats rods. So very, very similar. These two are medium heavy goblin Mad Cats. I did look at the Hellcats when I got these, so yeah. Yep, 7'6", spinning, and they're the glow-in-the-dark ones. Well, I say glow-in-the-dark. If you put a black light on it. You guys seen these? What's the name of them? They got some now that apparently are just glow-in-the-dark rods. Like you don't have to put a black light or nothing. You just leave them out in the sun, and then apparently they will just glow up when it gets dark. We have some close to the dam, but right out here where I'm at, I suspect there's probably not a lot. But down in the tailwaters of the dam, there's some there. We have some white bass and some hybrid that run through here on occasion, but for the most part, most of that.
Billy_Vites is now following.
Pretty good to follow. Yeah, there's some, I've been seeing them on TikTok. There's some that just, like you leave them in the sunlight during the day and that charges them up and then they glow at night. My only question with that is like, I don't know how long they glow. Most of these, like these and the Hellcats, you know, you put a black light on them, and of course they'll glow as long as you got the black light on. But those ones that glow on their own, I just don't know how long that lasts once it gets dark. Maybe an hour, maybe 5 hours. I really don't know. But I have been seeing those. It looks interesting. Yeah, these are the Okuma Avenger bait runners. I like these pretty well. I've got some Sharky 3s from Cast King. I like those. But probably my favorite one is the Penn, the Fierce 4 Penn bait runner. But those are expensive. Dang, that snake's back over there. Gosh, freaking me out. Snakes give me the heebie-jeebies. Popped up over there. Of course, that one, it's not poisonous, but it's still bothering. I just want him to go away. He just wants you to go away. Not really trying to hit you with a rock. I just don't want to look at you. Give me the heebie-jeebies. It makes me feel like there's snakes everywhere. I don't know. I feel like the Cast King ones seem, you know, about right for the size that they advertise. Now, some of them, so those, what do you call them? I can't hardly say it, but on Amazon they sell that Suya Galing, and the black and red one of those that looks like the Cast King is not bad, but I feel like they're smaller than what you would normally see. Like if you get a 4,000, they look more like a 3,000. You get a 6,000, it looks more like a 5,000. I felt like the Cast King, the Sharkies, I felt like seemed about right, but I haven't had just a whole bunch of bait runners yet. What's up right there? Yeah, Bull Dooley, the The Sharky 3 5000, I run those on several of my catfish rigs, and I really like them. They're good reels at a good price. Ephraim, we caught one carp that was a little over 12 pounds. Hopefully we might have another. We've been getting nibbles a lot, but as far as having fish on, it's been kind of slow-ish. Oh, not the bait runner? Gotcha. Yeah, I just kind of assumed they do have the Sharky 3 without the bait runner. I kind of forgot about that. But Sharky 3 is the only one they sell that has bait runner option. I've got some of their Spartacus, I think they're Spartacus 2. I've got some of those that are not bait runners that I used to run quite a bit when I was catfishing. Yeah, yeah, Penn is expensive, but they are really good. I really like the one I've got. I want to get more, but I gotta save up some money. But I noticed that some of those bigger sizes, like if you look on Amazon, sometimes they'll have specials. The bigger size, like the 8,000 and 6,000, will be cheaper than their 4,000 and 5,000, which is weird. But occasionally they'll have kind of, I guess, a special on them or whatever. I think I saw a Penn 8,000 the other day that was maybe like 89 bucks, maybe, and the 5,000 usually runs about 129. So that seemed like a pretty good deal for that much reel. So I mainly use the bait runners for carp fishing for the most part. But if we're catfishing for bigger catfish, especially if we're out on the boat and we're fishing some of the deeper water for big catfish, I use the bait runners then too. So if it's a really big fish, you know, they won't pull your rod out. And sometimes even if we're bank fishing, but we're using like big live bait, and so big fish may bite, sometimes even then we'll use the bait runner. Whatever it was, hit this one hard, but then just left it. It's still there, or at least still bumping the line, because I felt it tap when I was tightening that up. Wonder about this one. This one keeps tightening up and dropping back down. This one may be bait before long. Yeah, but I really do like the Penn Fierce. Really good reels, but also expensive. Well, the barge finally got here. We've had the bridge up for a while. Bump again. Might have the old barge bite. slacking here. Sounds like a good price. I don't really know euros very well, but I know the Sharky 3 not bait runner, I think on Amazon for us is about, I think it's about 50 bucks. But then the bait runner one runs between 60 and 70 bucks. Yeah, baitcaster's definitely one of those things that you have to practice quite a bit, and B, you got to get the settings dialed in just right, which changes depending on what kind of fishing you're doing. If you're throwing heavier baits or lighter baits or whatever, so it takes some getting used to for sure. I like them, but I can get pretty annoyed with them too. What's up, Caffeinated? How's it going? I mean, that's a good point. If you're not going to use it a lot, then it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to spend the extra. Because that's really, for most of them, that's the difference between the cheaper ones and the more expensive, is the durability. So if you're not going to use it a whole lot, then yeah, it don't make sense to spend the extra. Kind of going crazy. Definitely seems like a buffalo. Freshen up bait on the left rod in a minute. Make sure everything's good with it. That sounds good. I'm not super familiar with either one of those particular reels, but I don't really know how long Cast King's been around. I know I bought my first one about 3 years ago. But prior to that, I really don't know how long they had been around. Now, I have ran into a few things that I don't recommend buying. The Apex bait runner, I don't recommend it. I had one that fell apart. And they did replace it, but I still didn't have a lot of confidence in it. And then that Soya Galing brand that I mentioned before, the Japanese brand, they have a couple that are pretty good, but they have several that are not very good. So you got to be very careful with those. But the price, I mean, the price is awesome, but you just got to be careful. Some of them are better than others. Yeah, that it's the one fish we've gotten so far today. Hoping to add to it, but yeah, a little over 12 pounds. It's a pretty nice fish. I'd like to add some to it, but glad we at least got one. Gotcha. That might explain. I wasn't very familiar with them. Now, I will say these Okumas, I've been very happy with them. I've had them, I don't know, maybe like 6 months now. And I've really liked them. And these, I want to say, I accidentally mixed up my baits, so now I put blue over here. There is a tiny turtle right there. I don't know if you guys saw it. Poke its head up for just a second. He's tiny. That's a baby. But I accidentally mixed my baits here. I got blue on this side now, so I guess I'll be putting pink over there. So far, the one we caught was on blue. I don't really think it's going to make a big difference, but that's what happened. But yeah, this Okuma, I've had them, I think, about 6 months, and I've been very, very happy with these. And they ran $60 to $65, somewhere in there, I think. Now, I think when I look back, they had gotten a little more expensive, but it's still not extremely expensive. This one's doing its thing again. Doesn't seem like a carp bite to me, but you never know. Fish on, whatever it is, maybe a buffalo. Yeah, it's a buffalo. Decent sized buffalo, but he's still a buffalo. Won't help me in the tournament. perfect for him. Thank you, thank you. Yes. Yeah, he's a decent little buffalo. Not exactly what we're looking for, but you know, at least we caught something. It's been a little while since we caught him.